Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Skeletons. I hope you all are doing fine. And today we are going to understand that what is strict mode in JavaScript. This whole video is divided into three parts. The first part is to understand that what JavaScript is when we are not in strict mode. The second part is why we need strict mode, and the third and the most important part is how to use strict mode in our JavaScript. Okay, so first of all, we will begin with what it is like to use JavaScript without the strict mode. Okay, so before we start that, I will tell you my setup. The setup is very simple. I am using a HTML file and a JavaScript script is added here, which is test.js, and we are just this is my browser. As you can see that there's just one element h2 which is testing, so we have here testing. Now let's check our JavaScript file to make sure that everything is working. So I will do a console.log. Wait a minute. Console.log anything, just anything, and I go here, open the console, and as you can see that yes, it is working. So the JavaScript file is connected with our HTML document, and this is my setup, a very simple setup on VS Code and Chrome. So now let me remove this. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so as I told you that there are three parts. The first part is to understand that how it is like to work on JavaScript without when we are not in the strict mode. Okay, so if you have ever worked with scripting languages such as Java or C Sharp, you must be familiar with the strictness of those languages. That is how strict those languages are, and how it is important to uh, follow the rules and always stick to the specific rules that are defined in those languages. For example, if you are working in Java language and you want to work with a variable, then the first thing that you must do is to declare the variable with proper syntax, and then only you can use the those variables. Okay, and it is important. Similarly, in Java you cannot use some reserved keyword as as the name of your variables. But when it comes to JavaScript, it's a bit different, because JavaScript normally when we are not in a strict mode, generally we are not in a strict mode. Like right now I'm not on strict mode. So let me actually show you something. Suppose I want to create a variable. I want to create a variable in JavaScript. Suppose the variable name is x and I want to give it an integer value 5. Okay, so I created a variable here which is var x is equal to 5, and as you can see that there is no error on my console. But actually let me turn off the autosave. Okay, let me turn off the autosave. Okay, but JavaScript, currently I'm not using the strict mode of the JavaScript. Okay, it's not in the strict mode, and we are using the sloppy mode. You can call it sloppy mode. It is not official term, but I'm just using it. So what we can do, we can simply ignore this var. If we ignore this var and we type something like this, x is equal to 5, in that case, JavaScript will not give us any error. Let me save the file, and as you can see that there is no error. Let me also print this. If I do console.log of x, you can see, okay, let me save the file. You can see that the 5 is printed on the console. So it is quite clear that we have not declared the variable. We have not declared the variable, but in the non-strict mode of the JavaScript automatically, whenever we write something like this, a name is equal to some value, it will automatically make a global variable of that particular name. So this is something that you can do in non-strict mode, uh, and this is how it feels to when we work with JavaScript in a non-strict mode. Now we understood that how it is like to work with JavaScript in a non-strict mode. Now we will understand that why we need strict mode. Okay, why we need strict mode? It is very simple. We need strict mode because suppose you are working with some files on JavaScript, and you have a very big file. You have thousands of lines of code on JavaScript, and whenever and suppose you have thousands of lines of code on JavaScript, it is very obvious to have variables. Now suppose you are working with a variable. Suppose there is a variable uh, which is suppose number of users. Okay, so you make a variable like this: number of users is equal to, suppose you have 100 users currently on your app. Okay, you have 100 users, and suppose in between these there are more 100 and 200 lines. There are so many lines of code, and later on you again want to use this number of users value, and you want to update it. You want to update it to, suppose you want to update it to 40. Okay, so what you will do, you will simply use this variable and you will make it 40. Okay, you will make it 40. Okay, and you also want to console.log this value. Okay, so you did that, and as you can see, wait a minute, I need to save this file. And as you can see that the 40 is printed here. Now suppose by mistake you misspell the name of the variables in some part of your code. Suppose you misspell the name of this variable. Suppose instead of number of users, you just do number of user. In that case, okay, let me save the file. In that case, you will see that number of users is actually 100. It is not updated because here we are using a completely different variable name, and the JavaScript is not throwing any error, because this is what the non-strict mode of JavaScript is. In this file there are actually two variables. One is number of users and the other is number of user. Let me show you. Let me actually do console.log of number of user, and when you do that, let me save the file. You can see that this is number of users, this is number of users, it is 40. So a new variable, a totally new variable is created. We never wanted to create the variable, we only wanted to update the value of number of users, and by mistake we misspelled the name of the variable, and that's how the problem occurred. Because the sloppy mode or the non-strict mode of the JavaScript leads to so many errors. Okay, which is ignored by the JavaScript, and it actually creates a problem for us. Okay, so now you are familiar with the thing that why we need strict mode, because we don't want to create new variable, we wanted to update the previous variable. Okay, and if we misspell, we want the error to come. Okay, now we will come to the main part, the most important part. Okay, before I move to the next part, I want to show you some of the features which JavaScript provide in the non-strict mode. You can call it feature, but they will lead to error in the long run. Like use of undefined variable, I just showed you. This is use of undefined variable. I can actually copy this. Let me actually take all of this, and let me actually cut it and paste it here. So this is what you can do with use of undefined variables. Okay, use of undefined variables, like you can use this undefined variable. Okay, similarly you can similarly these are all the other things which the non-strict mode of the JavaScript provide. You can use reserved keyword as variable names. You can use duplicate property name. Let me show you. Suppose you create an object like my obj. Let me create this object. This is an object in JavaScript, and suppose you create a property id and you give this a value 1. Okay, and you can again create this id and you can give this yet another value. Okay, this is something that you can do in case of non-strict mode of the JavaScript. Let me actually console.log this my object. Okay, and when you do that, you can see that this is what you get. Okay, so the object is created, and it will get the value which is given in the later part of the object, but it is something that we need to avoid. Okay, because we sometimes we create object which have so many properties and we don't want the duplication. Okay, so this is something we don't need. It can create problem in the long run. Okay, duplicate parameter, similarly you can create functions with duplicate parameter, like you can create a some method with two same parameter name. Similarly you can assign values to read only properties. Okay, read only property. Suppose you have an array. Let me create an array. Suppose this is the array 1 2 3. Okay, this is the array that I just created, and what you can do is arr.length. It is a read-only property because it returns the length of our array, and you can give it some value. As you can see that if I save this, you will not get any error, but you should get error because you are trying to assign value to read-only property. Okay, and all these things which I did here will give us error. So we come to the last part of our video, which is uh, how to use the strict mode. It is very simple. Just go at the top of your JavaScript file, and inside the double quote write use strict. Let me save this. Now you will get number of user is not defined. Like you can see that here number of user is not defined, and we are trying to use undefined variable, which is not allowed. Okay, so this is something that strict mode restrict. When we are in the strict mode, it will restrict us to use JavaScript in a specific way only. Like you can see, this is the strict mode. Okay, this is how we use the strict mode in JavaScript, which is very important. As I told you that when you are working with very large files, it is possible to misspell the variable names, which will ultimately create a new variable which we don't want. We actually want to update the value, or we want to increment the value, or we want to do something like that, but it will simply ignore it. It will create a new global variable, and we will think that we did what we wanted, but it's not actually true. So this is how strict mode is. This is what strict mode is in JavaScript. uh, so that's it. Thank you, have a nice day, and stay tuned for next video.